What's good, folks? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. So I want to talk a little bit about Tyree Nichols, and after his death, people looked over his social media, and some tweets came up of, he's one of these black males who made some very derogatory comments about black people and black females, and people found out that he was dating a white female. Now, I figured out that he was dating a white female even before I saw the pictures because they said that he liked to skateboard. That's not typically something that you see too many black people doing, that, they usually hang out with a lot of white people if they're doing that type of activity, and more than likely to have a white girlfriend somewhere. But more to that, the derogatory comments and the buffoonery engaged in by Tyree Nichols is very similar to what Stephen Clark was doing, another black male who was killed and shot by the police. And, people looked up on his social media and how he was with an Asian woman, and they both made disparaging comments about black women, especially black women with dark skin. So let's talk about Tyree Nichols and his buffoonery in that regard. Okay. Now, first off, I'm not going to say that I feel that he deserved what he got because of the comments he made on Twitter. Okay. Making self-hating comments is, if that's a grounds for a death sentence, then there's a lot of black people that would wind up being put to death, including the black women who are criticizing Tyree Nichols for making those comments. Okay, they've made, people like Paris Milan and others have made a lot of extreme self-hating comments against black people in general. There's no way that I would condone beating someone to death because they made those types of comments. Okay, I'll reserve beating someone to death for people who hurt and molest children, for someone who's out there committing acts of sexual assault against women, or for someone who's just out there on a killing spree murdering people for no reason. Then I can say, yeah, those people deserve to be beat to death. But as far as making self-hating comments, that would pretty much, the majority of the black race would qualify for that then, for getting beat to death, if that's the case. Okay. And as far as, there's another group that would say that Tyree Nichols, he made those comments, so we don't care what happened to him. That's fine. I'm not going to debate you or dispute you on that, okay? Because I've held that mindset about certain individuals out there. But the only thing I'm going to say about this situation is that black males need to be careful. And if you're serious about wanting to help black males and wanting black males to progress, then you need to cut out all of the gender war nonsense and all of the self-hating, hating on black women nonsense. Because that's not helping you grow, nor is that helping you in the face of white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? And those cops, they were at the service of white supremacy when they beat Tyree Nichols to death. Okay? So when you as a black male concentrate all of your energy being negative towards your own race or being negative towards your own women, you're not even watching out for the real danger that's out there for you. Okay, there's actual danger out there in the form of white supremacy and its apparatus and its system, but you're too busy gender warring. You see, like, give you an example. I remember seeing on someone's video, I can't remember whose video it was, but they were saying that, black men need to have their own lawyers when it comes to defending them against, like, like child support and other derogatory things like that happen to black men in court, just being wrongfully accused of crimes and whatnot. And I said, that would be great. That would make a lot of sense based on the problems that black men deal with in court. The thing is, black men are more concerned with gender warring. Black men are more concerned with being passport bros and traveling to other countries and getting into all types of shenanigans. That's what black men are concerned about. They're not concerned about having a coalition of lawyers to protect them from the court system with child support and being wrongfully accused of crimes. There are so many black men out there who are locked up for not doing anything. There are black men out there who are locked up basically because they could not afford a real lawyer. Okay, they're being falsely accused of these crimes, or evidence is being planted on them, or whatever, and they're going to prison and overinflating these prison numbers. And now you got to listen to these white supremacists tell you that black men commit the most murders, or black men commit the most crimes, or whatever nonsense they come up with. And the truth of the matter is, it's not that black men commit the most crimes. It's just that black men are over prosecuted in that regard. White men commit crimes like that all the time, the same types of crimes, and don't go to prison for it. They get caught with drugs just as much as black men. They kill people in either DUIs or whatever, just straight up murder, and have gotten off for it. George Zimmerman being a great example of that. Tons of cops, just because they had a badge, get away with murder. Okay? People who should be locked up are getting off, and it has just to do with just their race. Black people, on the other hand, they don't have the same type of legal defense, so they go right to prison, whether they did it or not. Okay? So you would think that that's what black men would be concentrating on, but no, all their concentration is flying away to these third world countries to pick up hoes there. So you see, you can't complain about terrible things happening to you when your concentration is completely on something else. We can't keep talking about police brutality with black males, and then all of a sudden finding out that these black males are probably the worst types of black males. They're talking trash about their own people on social media and wasting their time doing that. Okay, these men should be trying to fortify themselves. And I'm not saying that if you are a black man who's pro-black that you cannot meet your fate at the hands of these demons. That's completely possible. Okay? What I'm saying is what you should be concentrating your time on, and at the very least, what type of legacy are you leaving behind when you die? At least I know if, God forbid, something happens to me, I've left behind a legacy of defending my people, not tearing them down every other day. I'm not wasting my time on social media tearing down black women. I can't do that. Okay, I can criticize them when I see them doing something wrong, but I would never put another race of woman over them, or put another race of woman on a pedestal over black women. I'll never do that. Okay, just like I will never, whatever criticisms I might have for black men, I would never completely throw them away and make it seem like all black men are bad or all black men are dumb or whatever. I'm not going to do that either. Okay, because I know what black men are truly capable of. I just wish that we would put our energy towards things that are more productive instead of the nonsense. That's the sad thing. It seems like so many black men concentrate on nonsense, and that's all the gender war is. It's nonsense. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping black men grow at all. And that's the big criticism I have for all of these gender war and manosphere gurus. They're not helping black men grow whatsoever, just leading them astray. And you get black men caught up in that, and that's all they're concentrating on. And then they don't know what to do when they're confronted with white supremacy, and white supremacy has a gun in their face. Then they're sitting there looking around, looking dumb, and not knowing what's going on anymore. Instead of being prepared for the real war that's going on, they're spending all their time with this phony gender war nonsense. So that's my opinion on the Tyree Nichols and his buffoonish comments that he left online. Black men need to concentrate on bigger and better things. And maybe if we were truly unified around common sense, we wouldn't be caught up in these white supremacist snares. Okay, so you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. I'd very much like to hear your opinions on it. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on these devil's back.